Also, for this session, we did request that people bring devices, so if you do have a computer, please get it out. We do have extra computers, though, for those of you that don't have them. But we do have more people registered than we have computers. So if you have a computer with you, get it out now. What? Yeah, at 10:05. Sweet. Okay, we will, I'm getting them ready right now, so. Nope, I'll interrupt you later.
All right, here we go. So for the section, I'm talking about States That Matter, you know, the section that I forgot to do on Saturday. I just thought we should act it out. All right, now we are expecting a very full room, so if there are chairs left at your table, make sure that they are available. So, beautiful. Okay, so we have a chair there, and then a couple of chairs here, right there. Okay, perfect. Yeah, we are expecting 40 participants. Thank you, right there. Excellent. Okay. So we have a few chairs. There's one over here. Excellent. Perfect. There's chairs right. Okay, there's one there. Perfect. Thank you. Yes, so as people come in, help them find seats because we are getting tight, but that's okay. All right. We are going to start because we want to make sure everyone gets through this activity in the time that we have. So, let's make sure you're all in the place you think you are. We are going to be talking about sublimation today. The session title is Art plus STEM equals Sublime water bottles. And my colleague Becca Robeson and I'm Kellie Yates are going to be presenting. We are from the STEM Action Center. If you were in our last session, you just have to get a little bit of repeat. Sorry. How many of you are familiar with the STEM Action Center by raise of hand? Oh, good, quite a few of you, excellent. For those of you that are not familiar with the STEM Action Center, I'm just going to do a quick overview so you know who we are and where we come from and how you can utilize our resources. You should be doing that because we are a government entity. So just so you know kind of how we fit into the government, state government. Up at the top there, I have the governor's seal because we are part of the executive branch. So the governor's seal, and then there are multiple departments under the governor's office. One of them is called the Department of Cultural and Community Engagement. We call it CCE because it's kind of long name. There are 7 agencies, we call them our sister agencies, within that department, and they include things like state history, as you can see, multicultural affairs, Indian affairs, etc. And that's who we partner with regularly. That is our department. So we were shifted from economic development a few years ago into CCE, and we are super excited to be a member of that department. Just so you know kind of why we do what we do, our mission and our mandate is to make sure that every Utahn has access to highly effective STEM education. When I came on board, they said, yes, our mission is cradle to grave. So we started in schools, but we now work in the 0 to 5 space and with adult learners as well. So we really don't limit ourselves by age. You can see our vision is to bring STEM to all Utah homes, schools, and communities. And we really do take that to heart. It is what we work to do. It's a lot of work. There are 13 people on our team full-time, and then we have AmeriCorps members that help us, as well as all of our partners that we leverage to make that vision happen. We have 6 goals that kind of drive our work, and the one we're focusing on today is the serving as a statewide resource hub. And as part of that, we've created a resource library, and today's activity will actually be placed on the resource library. It's not there yet. It'll be there tomorrow. But I want to show you the resource library so you can use it. And just be aware, this is something that's new this year, and I have about, 60 lessons to add to it from grantees from this school year. So if you're like, Kellie, Stephen told me, we don't have much kindergarten stuff on there right now. And I'm like, I know, but I have about 8 ready to load. So I'm getting there. I have lots more to add. So I'm actually going to leave my presentation quickly and go to the resource library itself. So to get to this, you go to our website, stem.utah.gov, and then you go to educators and to resource library. And I know this isn't the easiest to read, being projected. I'm sorry. Then you scroll down, and you'll see a little blurb here that says, are you looking for the searchable resource library? Search no more and click here. I wrote that. You can tell because I'm the only person that would write that. Other people are more professional. We have a community event calendar, and I left this kind of outdated so we could say, like, nope, here's the BYU Arts Express conference. It'll be updated tomorrow with summer events. This map is a map of where all of our programs are across the state. So you can zoom in and out. You can find your school and district and see which programs they are taking part in right now. And then if you come down here on the bottom, this is why we're spending time on this page, but I want to show you this. So we have 3 places that you can request additional supports. The first one is if you have an activity that you would like to share with other Utah teachers, you can click here and submit it, and I will put it in the resource library. The next one, if you would like to be matched with a guest speaker that can join your class virtually, that is like an industry partner, this is the place where you can let us know that you're interested, and one of our colleagues will work with you to pair you. And then last, if there is a particular STEM content standard that you would like help with, Becca and I will work with you to brainstorm a standards-aligned maker lesson, but we need some time. So let us know, and we'll help you with that, okay? So the reason I'm sharing all of this with you is so we can, as we delve into the resource library itself, you can see what's in here. So each of these will take you to a lesson that a teacher has submitted. And as this grows, you might be thinking, I don't have time to look through all of those. These are searchable by grade and standard. So, like you would put your role as an educator, you can search by grade. And then if you want something that, for example, aligns to a science standard, you push yes. And then those science strands will pull up, and you can, indicate which one you're looking for. So for example, if you were looking for weather and climate patterns, you could apply those filters, and then you would see this lesson is what we have available right now. But like I said, I have a ton of lessons I need to upload. So there will be more. We'll start uploading those tomorrow. So that's what the resource library looks like, and it is searchable again by grade. That matters because, like I said, today's activity will be posted tomorrow as well. All right, moving forward so we can get to the fun stuff. All right, states of matter, that's what we're talking about. How many people have taught states of matter before? Like probably most of you, okay? So we're gonna do a quick review. Normally, I would teach a lesson on states of matter, but again, we wanna get to the sublimation part of this activity so you can figure out how you would like to use it perhaps this coming year. So I just wanna review states of matter with you. So first, what are the states of matter? Well, let's say this first. What grade are they taught in? 2nd and 5th. Excellent. Now, in case you weren't aware, the science standards are repeated on a 3-year cycle. All right? So 2nd and then 5th, and then they reappear kind of in 8th. All right? Or if something's taught in 1st grade, it's repeated again in 4th and then 7th. Okay? So if you are teaching one of those grades and you're like, haven't you learned this before? You can figure out when they should have seen it previously. Now, what are the states of matter that our students are taught about? Solid, liquid, gas. What was that? And they always bring up plasma. Do we actually teach plasma? No, because we don't. Yeah, it exists, and also we don't get into it because we don't understand it. Scientists don't understand it, so that's great. It exists, and also I'm not going to get into it with you right now, but you are welcome to research it and tell the class. Super. Okay, so we are just going to stand up and do a little review with maybe in our table groups. but I really do want you to like get up and move. If I were you, I'm that teacher that's like, do not make me move. And also, it's good for us. So, can you guys just model what's happening? Now let's get our terminology right. If I am talking about what's happening, are we talking about atoms? Are we talking about electrons? Are we talking about molecules? What are we talking about when we're talking about states of matter? Particles. Okay. What's a particle? An atom or a molecule? Are we all comfortable with that language if I say particle? Okay. All right. So, what's happening at the particle level? What would I expect to see if I was looking at something that was in a solid state? Like, can you show me with yourselves what I would see? Maybe under a microscope? What would I see? Oh, look at this. Yeah. I love it. Yes. Okay. Yes, use your body. Yes, you're cozy. You're connected. I love it. You're nicely aligned. Okay, excellent. Okay. Can you guys show me what it would look like in a gas? What would that look like? Okay, I'm seeing a lot of movement, a lot of space. Okay, you're all kind of moving about slowly without direction. I love this. Okay, and what would a liquid look like? Liquid's a little different, huh? Okay, so you're moving, but you're a little closer together. Excellent, excellent. Okay. Oh, yeah. These guys are moving together, but they're not like squashed. I love this. Okay. I totally get it. Okay, you can go back to your seats. Thank you. Thank you. I just wanted to make sure we were all on the same plane. Without teaching an entire lesson. Now, how do we move between the states? What determines that? Heat. Yeah, okay, are we comfortable with that? So if I wanted to move something from a solid to a liquid, what needs to happen? I need to add heat. And if I want to move from a gas to a liquid, what do I need to do? I need to remove heat, which we also call cooling. Okay, we're comfortable with that idea? All right, now I'm going to bring in a new word to some of you maybe. What happens when I sublimate something? It goes from a solid to a gas. Yeah, it just goes really fast. It goes really fast. And we skip which stage? Liquid. Yeah. Is this something that, like, it just happens all the time? No. Say that again? It happens on the top of a mountain. Excellent. Dry ice is an example of sublimation. Excellent. Well, let's ask, so tell us about on the top of a mountain. Oh, that's a problem. Bummer. I have a bag. Where did I put it? Oh, I know where it is. I cannot be trusted to my own devices sometimes. Okay, so talk about while I'm getting my battery. Talk with your table partners, right? Talk about some other examples of sublimation. Okay. Any examples that you came up with besides the ones we talked about that you're willing to share? Ideas? You guys are being kind of shy about sharing. It's okay. All right. So what we are going to be talking about today, or working on today rather, is it's not exactly this model of water bottle, but we're going to be sublimating. We're going to be turning some art that you design into a design on a water bottle, okay? So this is a piece of art that we have in our space. It's a mural that is painted on one of our walls. And then we turned it into, we just printed it, and then on some sublimation paper. And then we attached it to these water bottles using a sublimation, using a heat press. I'm sorry, I'm stuttering over my words. So that being said, Becca, are you ready? Oh, okay, I'm so sorry. Okay, so sublimation is when heat is because heat is applied, a high temperature is applied, and the temperature changes so fast that we skip the liquid phase. So it just goes from a solid, like the paper that we're printing your art on, immediately to a gas, which is then going to be, oh, will you explain that? Okay. Okay, so it goes immediately into, so it doesn't turn into like a puddle and then, got it. So it only happens, all right. Thank you. Got it. And the dry ice example, okay, just, yes. And then you're like, hello. Yeah, yeah, of course. Okay, now we also have, so we have water bottles, we also have mugs, so you can pick which one works. Now, we don't have enough water bottles for like all of you to pick that, so some of you get to pick mugs. Isn't that fun? You know, I bet some people are like, I have 1 million water bottles, and then you get to pick a mug, if that's you. It's fun. Now you have a pencil cup, you know, like choose wisely. So, are you good to go into the process, or do you want me to cover it?
I can cover it. Let's real quick. If you need a device, stand up.
Yeah, so if you brought a computer or a tablet, don't stand up.
So I'm going to count how many people we have. So if you need a device, stand up, because I'm trying to see how many people we need to a computer. So let's see. Are you counting, Kelly?
Yeah.
And I see, oh.
I think I counted like 28 or 29, maybe.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, Okay, get a buddy. It looks like we could do 2 to a computer, and you're going to grab out of one of these stacks and bring it back to your desk, okay?
Yep. So if you need a computer, find a buddy and then go get one.
Out of these 2. Absolutely you can. Yeah, absolutely.
It's going so good.
Not yet. All right. Oh, nice, nice. All right, does everybody that needs a device have a device? Those ones, does everyone that, those are dead. So does everybody have a buddy that has a computer? Okay. Oh, we got a buddy here. Okay, sweet.
You good?
Yep.
Okay.
All right, so like Kelly described, the way that these bottles work is that it gets printed out on a printer that looks just like an ordinary printer. And in fact, there are some brands of printers that you can get, and you can actually transform them into sublimation printers. Those brands are typically Epson, so if you're like a thrifter and you're going to the thrift store and you want to do sublimation, there are certain brands of Epson printers that you can get and convert. Once a printer prints with sublimation ink, it can never be used for regular ink again, okay? So before you go home and you change your Epson printer into a sublimation printer, remember that you won't be able to print on it ordinarily afterwards. The way that the sublimation ink works, like Kelly described, is that after you print it on a special type of paper, and technically that's not even necessary, you can print on regular printer paper, but it has to, but the quality isn't as good. This is kind of like watercolor paper, right? It absorbs a lot of the inks, and so you get a better result. We print it out on this paper, and then we use heat tape to put our graphic, the thing that was just printed, we tape it to our water bottle. Now, this isn't just any ordinary water bottle. So you might be looking at your water bottle right now and think, man, I could just do this. Probably not. This is coated in polyester. So they make a little polyester spray and they coat these water bottles and those ceramic mugs in polyester. And that's what allows the water bottle to absorb the inks once it hits its gas form. So again, we design something, we print it out on this printer, we attach it to this, and then we put it in this heat press here. You'll see that if any of you have a heat press, you might be familiar with kind of the clam flat press part, but we've attached a mug or a cup press. So we put the item in there, and we press it like this, and then this usually takes anywhere from 2 to 3 minutes. After you take it out, it'll be very, very hot. You'll peel the paper off, and it'll look like this. Today we do have some constraints just because there are so many of us here. We are going to design small graphics. That's going to be our design challenge today, to do something cool and unique, but also something smaller so that we have enough ink for everybody and everybody walks away with the final product. I will also say there are a lot of us here, which means that we will probably bleed into lunchtime a little bit. I think the goal for us, Kelly, is that by the time you leave for lunch, we should all have our graphics printed and taped to our bottles. That way, if you have to go to another session or you're starving, we can essentially do the press and put it in here and you guys can pick up later. Thumbs up if that sounds good. Sweet. So when you design something for sublimation, you can literally use any type of bitmap. A bitmap is an image made up of pixels. So if you are really familiar with Photoshop, or you have a beautiful picture of your family or your dog, you could use an image like that. You would just have to print it out on this special printer, right? Today, just because we think it's a good skill to have, we're going to encourage you to use canva.com. Raise your hand if you've used Canva before. So it looks like most of you, which is awesome. Canva's such a cool tool because it's got so many built-in assets. And on top of that, there is a free premium version of Canva for teachers. So if you don't have a premium version for yourself yet, you probably won't get access today because there's a little bit of a process, but you take a picture of your school ID, you send it in, and they give you a free account and you have access to, honestly, thousands and thousands of assets and templates and all sorts of things to make your life as a teacher so much easier. So what we're gonna do first is you guys that have my computers all should be on canva.com. If you need a password, the password to the computer is user, all lowercase. It's the same as the login. If you are using one of your computers and you would like to use Canva today to design your graphic, please navigate to canva.com. Once you're there, a member of your group, if you are working in a pair, needs to log in. If you have a login, just use the login that you currently have. If you don't have a login, create one right now. I'm going to give you guys about 3 minutes to get logged in. And then for those of you that might not have used Canva before, I'm going to give you a short tutorial on the best steps. All right. Do you want me to use your computer to do that? Okay. And folks, if you do not have an account yet, you are creating an account right now. And when you get logged in and your account's created, your screen should look like my screen above. We are going to do a design challenge where your graphic for your bottle is going to be like 2.5 by 2.5. Give me a big thumbs up in the air if you have logged into your account. Thumbs up in the air if you are logged in and ready to go to the next step. Perfect. To make this easy on all of us, what we're going to do is we are going to start with a new canvas. So up here in the upper right-hand corner, there's something that says Create Design. And because the paper we are going to be using is 8.5 by 11, we are going to create custom size, and we are going to say 8.5 by 11. Don't do what I did. We've got to switch that to inches. 8.5 inches. And then we're going to say create new design. And now we'll be taken to a place where we have a page right in front of us that should be blank.
Hey, Becca, can you show that again?
Yep.
Because in the big list, people are wondering, like, do they choose a document?
So we're going to say create design, and then down here at the bottom, it says custom size. We're going to click that, and we're going to say 8.5 by 11 inches. Create new design. All right. Thumbs up if you are here. Excellent. All right. Over here on the left-hand side, we have all, yeah, do you have a question? Uh-huh. Inches. Change, so there's a little drop-down menu. Change that to inches. inches if you haven't already.
Yep, so change it to inches first, then put in the numbers. If you put the numbers in first and then change it to inches, it
It'll
changes the
convert it,
numbers
yep.
again.
All right, over here on the left-hand side, we see all of our design tools. So right now, design is selected, so it's bringing up templates. We do not need templates in this instance. We're going to go down one below where it says elements. Now, this is the really cool thing about Canva, is that there are so many assets. Someone just throw out something, a hobby that they have. Pottery? So I'm going to go to search elements, and I'm going to put in pottery. And look, there's graphics, there's photos, there's videos. I'm going to go to graphics. I'm going to say see all. And there are so many graphics here. So we could do those pre-made things, but if I wanted to design something like out of shapes, I could say circle. And now I can add circles. So I just added a circle. What do you guys notice? What do we notice? It doesn't look like it's there because it's white. So another thing to consider is that right here where I see this beautiful rainbow, I can click this and I can select a color. So now I have a pink circle. So we can go into elements and use elements, or we can come down here a couple more down and say text, and we can add text. So I could say add a text box. And I could type something like STEM rules. And then on top of that, I can come in here and choose new fonts. And then choose new colors. Let's do a white. If I click this, I can also adjust the size by clicking on this little circle at the top and moving it around. Do you see how also, as I'm moving it, those guidelines pull up? So now I know I'm centered in this pink circle. But if those aren't working, or it doesn't seem like it's placing it correctly for whatever reason, I can click on my text or an element, and then hold down Shift and click on my circle, and I can align things. So I can click these dots, say position, and now I can align these in a way where the computer does it for me, so it can be absolutely perfect if you're one of those people that likes things absolutely perfect. Now, the other thing that you could do, say you have an image on your phone of something you really love. These are all connected to the internet, so you can log into your email account. You can upload images by going here to uploads, and then upload files. You can upload your file as a JPEG or a PNG, and then you can add that to your design as well, okay? Now, the other thing that's super critical about this is the size, because there's that size constraint, right? So, Kelly, I think your computer's frozen. It was just loading. If I click this, I need to know what size it is, right? Because I can't manage my size constraint if I don't know what size things are. If I take it and I start adjusting it, do you see how that little pop-up comes out on the corner of my image? I now know that this is 3 by 3 inches, 2 by 0.9 by 2.9, so I can adjust this to make it perfect. It gets a little bit harder when you're doing multiple elements, right? So one hack you could do is you could add like a square, right? Square, add this rectangle, and I can make this rectangle the size of my constraint, design within this, and then delete it. So I know everything fits in my constraint, right? All right, I know that was a very basic overview. Does anybody have any pressing questions before I let you play with it a little? All right, yeah. 2.5 by 2.5, so a little square. If we end up having enough ink for people to do more, we can do more. But we want to make sure everybody at least gets something on their cup. All right, go ahead and start designing. And if you're working with a partner, the design does not have to be the same. You guys can do 2 different designs. For now, we just got to make sure everybody can print. Nope, just design them because they can only be 2.5 by 2.5, right? So they'll both fit on one page. We'll just cut them when they come out of the printer. Nope. So you're gonna do what I just suggested, which was click on your pencil. Now start dragging that corner, one of the corners. Move it a little bit. Do you see how the size just came up? Yep, so click one of the corners. Right here. Yep, and then you're just going to start pushing it in so you see the dimensions start coming out. You ignored a step. Sorry. 2.5 by
Okay, we're going to... So when you have gotten a design, we're going to show you the next steps in just a moment because I know several of you are getting ready. So I think Becca's going to get her computer ready because mine is not set up. And if you are pairing with someone, if you're partnered with someone, like sharing a computer, you absolutely can put both of your designs on one paper. Then we don't have as much waste.
All right, folks. I know some of you are still designing, but some of you are finished. Your next step, and this is important that your eyes are up here because I'm going to show you how to do this. Up here in the corner, there's the word share. Do you see where you can add people to the design? You're going to put in this email address. and then you're going to share it with me so that I have it on my computer that is connected to our sublimation printer. Yep, Gmail. Oh, yep. Here, maybe we zoom in a little bit.
There you go. That's perfect. If you bring your own, like water bottle or mug, yes. Is that right?
Is there a way to know if it came through?
So
looking
Joy
right
just
now.
asked a really good question. You can come to our makerspace and bring your own thing you want to print on. So water bottle, mug, bag, like tote bag. Yeah, you can bring your own. You can get them at Michael's and stuff, and then come and print these at our makerspace. Yes, the answer is yes. Yeah. Yeah.
You should, let me see. Let me make sure. Nope, you do not need to add me to the team. Just send me your design. After you're all finished, yep.
And then it just shows up?
Yeah, I'll have it on my end, yep. All right. Comments. Let's see.
If you have shared your design with Becca, will you give a thumbs up, please? With Becca. I'm just trying to gauge where we're at.
Let me make sure on this one. Let's see. Share. Shared. Oh. I'm trying to figure that out.
Yes. Yes.
I'm just trying to figure out why it says the design is shared. It says I'm on there. Oh my gosh, I shared it. Guys, I'm done. I put my wrong email address. Let me change that for you. It's not. We just shared it with some random person.
They're gonna be so happy.
They're gonna be like, look at that design. This is the email you send it to, my friends. I'm so sorry.
That's so funny.
Yeah, dozens of.
That Becca is gonna be so happy, and we should email them and be like,
I'm so sorry.
hey, we were at a conference, our bad, but now you get all these. I will email them. We can? Okay, so you can all unshare if you want or not. And then if you would reshare your designs with Becca Robeson at utah.gov. If you would, please. Then we should be moving forward. Sorry about that. It's been a day, you know?
All right, let's see. Oops. Okay, I'm starting to get them. Wow. Like I'm grabbing it. Oh. I'm not surprised. It is in the box that we had for the other one. All right, whoops, and I am. Oh, well.
Sorry, I know you're super busy. I shared it, but then I'm getting this. Does it mean that you got it, but you're just not on my Teams?
Bring the power of camera. Okay, go back out of that.
Because it does show pending invitation.
Okay, I think you invited me to your team, but let's see if you can just share. I guess maybe not. View only link. Okay, let me see if I received.
If you can get the Shelly Johnson. That you can. So do I have to resize it? Once I did it by 11, do I have to resize it or just leave it like that?
You're gonna have to resize it. So click on one of those images.
Uh-huh.
You're gonna click the corner.
The what?
The corner. Right. The corner of the image, one of those little, and start moving it. You're gonna make sure that is within the ratios.
The 2.5.
Like I live in Stansbury, and on our community Facebook page, like people were just like by 1.5.
Yours can be a little bit. Is this all yours, or is, okay? So all of that together needs to fit into the ratio. So what I would do is press shift and click that little graphic. So hold shift and click this graphic.
Well, that all has to be 2.5.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And then I just send it to you. Do you
Yep.
have a card? So.
This is the email. All right, if you recognize this design, please come up. That's you? Okay, come on up. So I'm going to download this image.
Okay.
Now we're going to come over here to Sawgrass Creative Studio.
Okay.
This isn't necessary for all sublimation, but it is for this one because this is a Sawgrass.
All right, so Becca is going to be printing these out, and then you are going to cut your image out, and I'm going to give you some heat tape so you can tape it face down on your water bottle or mug, and then we'll heat press it, okay? But we have had some other questions about like the cost of things and such that I want to go over with you, because you are probably thinking about how you could use an activity like this in addition to talking about sublimation, right? Which I hope you would do if you did this activity with any grade level. I want to talk to you about prices, okay? So the heat press is a couple $100s, all right? Now, the sublimation printer, they're anywhere from like $600 or $700 into the thousands range, okay? So if you're going to get one, I would maybe look at the $1,000-ish range for you. And then I would consider our classroom grant. So our classroom grant opens August 1st, closes September 30th. So you have 2 months to apply. You can request up to $1,500. So that could pay for both a heat press and a mid-range printer, okay? Now, sometimes, like on Facebook Marketplace, I live in Stansbury, and I've seen several sublimation printers for sale. Just people that are like, oh, I was using this for crafting, and I only used it twice, and I'm selling it for $100. So I don't know how your district feels about buying things like that on Facebook Marketplace, but that could be an option as well. Keep an eye out if that's something your district allows you to do. Like I said, I've seen them there several times. I used to live in Colville, and I'd see them there as well. So, like, it's not only a weird Stansbury thing, okay? So you can find them used as well, and mostly I have seen them, like, they're used, but they've been used a couple of times, and people are finding that they just don't use them at home very often, like, surprisingly. We bought the water bottles on Amazon in bulk for about $2.50 each. So that's something to be aware of. We bought the mugs at Michael's also in bulk. We have done totes as well, or shirts. So you have a lot of options. You just need to make sure that they are intended for sublimation, so they have that polyester coating on them, okay? Like, if it doesn't have polyester, it's just gonna melt in the heat press. It's a disaster. It won't sublimate. Cotton won't melt, but it also won't take the image. So keep that in mind. Let's see, what else? What other questions do you have while Becca gets this ready? August 1st to September 30th. So be aware, this is a really important point. So then after the grant closes, then I have to send it out to reviewers to score. I can fund about half of the requests I get. So be aware of that also. Like, it doesn't mean I don't like you or anything like that. I also don't help review because I'm very bad at being like, I can't fund that person. You know, like, I'm very bad at it. So I don't help with it. You will get, if you get funded, you'll get your money, like, if you return your grant agreement to me quickly, you'll get your funds, like, at the end of November at the earliest. So don't plan on doing your activity, like, September 15th, because I just can't get it to you that fast, okay? So really be thoughtful about the timing, all right? Yes. Yes. Good question. Now, some of you were asking about the makerspace. So the STEM Action Center is located in South Salt Lake. We do have a makerspace, and that makerspace is available for you to come visit. So first, we have an open tinker time. If you wanted to bring yourself or, say, your family and just wanted to learn about different things that were available, or just wanted to come make stuff, we have 3D printers, laser cutter, all of the normal woodworking tools. You can come during Tinker Time. It's every Friday from 12 to 8. You do need to register for a 2-hour time slot. It's at no cost to you. You just need to register so we can manage how many people are there at a time, okay? So that's an option. And yes, like kids can come. Kids under 12 need to have an adult with them, all right? If you want to come and learn how to use that specific equipment, Becca and I do something called the Saturday Educator Learning Series. We abbreviate it SELS. One Saturday a month, Becca and I do a standards-aligned lesson that also features a different maker tool. So like August, I don't remember what we're doing in August. Oh yeah, in August we are using hand tools to make license plate guitars. In September we're doing e-textiles. In October we are making theremins. In November we are quilting. So that's those are the ones that are planned. The sign-ups for those will be available tomorrow on the Resource Library calendar. So if you're interested in those, you can certainly sign up. We do cap them at 20 attendees so we can make sure everyone gets the help that they may or may not need. But they are 3 hours on one Saturday a month, and we only have scheduled out from August to November right now. If there are certain activities or things that you want covered, again, you can email us and let us know, and we'll try to fit them in. Yes. They are not free, but talk to you can get professional learning credit for them. They're $25 just to cover all of the equipment. So that's what that looks like. If you wanted to set up like a field trip to bring your students to the STEM Action Center Makerspace, that's also something that we can accommodate. So again, that's something that you would actually contact Becca for, and then we would work with you to find out, what are your goals for the field trip, what do we need to make happen, and we'll work with you on that. Keeping in mind that we can, like the number of kids that we can have in there at a time, like we cannot hold like 60 kids at a time. So we need to be strategic about that, but we'll work with you for it. Yes? Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, absolutely. So if you wanted to bring your faculty to the STEM Action Center, you can work with us and we can help plan like some professional learning, or you can just come and make stuff and see like, what could I make with my students? The other option is like, if you want Becca and I to come to your school and use your makerspace or the equipment you have available to do a standards-aligned lesson that is also using your maker stuff, we can do that as well. Yep, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, Becca can help with that.
3D printers are one of our specialties. We have 12 at our makerspace, so yeah, we're more than willing to help you.
Yeah, let us know. Yeah, we can certainly help with that. That's something that we're trying to actually like help alleviate. We've funded a lot of 3D printers around the state, and then we go into schools and it's like, oh, we spent a lot of money on those, and now it's not being used because the teacher that was the expert has left. And we don't want that to happen, so let us help. What other questions do you have right now about the STEM Action Center while Becca continues to troubleshoot why this isn't working the way it's supposed to? So that's because they are getting posted tomorrow. I'm so sorry.
Yes, we're aware that the navigation headings are not the best. It's under students. So if you go to Students and then Innovation Hub, that's our makerspace. I do have to post the rest of June on our page. But also if you follow, all the reservation is done through Eventbrite. So if you follow the STEM Action Center on Eventbrite, you'll get updates on all of our events.
Oh, I didn't know you could follow us on Eventbrite.
Yeah,
That's
I
so
think
embarrassing.
if you have an Eventbrite account.
I'm really glad I learned that with you. I know. Whoops. Let's see. There was something else that just came into my head, but I lost it. Any other questions right now that you have about us or that the classroom grant that you have questions about? Yeah. So then you would want to contact Becca. She manages that space and set up a time with her specifically, or with them. Yeah. Yeah, good question. Yeah. Oh, no, absolutely still do it. Yeah. Yeah, if you have other funds, like don't limit yourself. And if you have other funds and you just want to go ahead with it, but you still have questions, like still use us as a resource. We have grant funds if you don't have other funds, it is a resource. But no, go ahead. Really good question. Okay. Sorry about the technical issues. You guys know how it goes, right? But it's also like, what a bummer.
If everybody could look at their computer and see if you have one that has a flamingo on it.
Yeah, it may have a flamingo sticker. That's like the magic computer. You have the flamingo.
Did you already share your design with me? Yeah, could you bring your
Can we
computer?
borrow that? That's how we keep track of them when the kids have them. Is like, okay, it was saved on the flamingo. You have the octopus.
You can hook in again if you'd like, Kelly.
No, I think that I've covered everything. I just, because we technically have only 12 minutes.
I know, we're gonna have to print these fast. Or people are gonna have to come back during lunch.
Maybe, I don't know. Would it be helpful if we got like people's email addresses?
And their image and stuck it on their water bottle or their mug or something.
Yes.
Wendy, Home Tree.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, okay, I'll go grab some Post-its.
Thank you.
Somebody did bring in like that. The water bottles had like sleeves inside of them.
No idea.
They're garbage. Like they're extra garbage, yeah. So, yeah, the plastic sleeves. If you got a water bottle, so this is the plan. We are going to work. Okay, we're getting some sticky notes. We're gonna have you write your names, your email address, and like a description of your image. That I know this is high tech. Then Becca and I are going to work through lunchtime. So you're going to put that sticky note on your mug or your water bottle, and we will get your images transferred, and then just like line those up on the back counter so you can pick them up. We are sorry. I mean, it would be helpful if you're willing, and then we will go from there. But you can come back and we'll have them lined up on the back because of these technical issues.
We figured him out, though. This guy's going to start printing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
We are so close to success now. Yes, look! It's making printer noises! So, yeah, this is going to make me so happy now. So we're
All right.
not all of you.
Chop this and use the heat tape to tape
The
it.
heat tape is in my hands, so this will be like our demo one. Now that everyone's going to watch you also. Yeah. Nope, just the image. If there is a border, that border will be transferred onto your mug. Yeah, we're going to put that in.
And it came all together. So this came with 5 different attachments. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. Most of them come with a mug, a hat, a plate. I don't remember the other one.
I haven't seen the hat.
It's just this like curved guy that you put on the part of the baseball hat.
The top of it.
Is this you? What are the odds? Oh my gosh. Okay, let's get you up.
I know we were very creative here.
Hello, Summer.
We're going on a trip together, so.
Oh, that's
we're
awesome.
each
Where are you guys
busy.
gonna go?
California.
Oh, fun. That's awesome.
I feel like I just telling everyone. I'm like,
When are you leaving?
not soon enough. In a month.
Hey, you gotta have something to look forward to. What part of California?
I don't know.
Like Central, I do. Morro Bay. You know Morro Bay, Pismo Beach. It's like the beach, Central California.
Oh, that sounds so nice.
I'm like, I'm more of a Florida person.
Oh, really?
It's a free hotel, so.
Oh, even better. Yeah, you can't argue with that. All right, this guy will start printing.
Just here.
That'd be great. Yep.
We won't make you do ours. We'll cut ours out and everything.
Yes. Yeah, yours will be done in just a minute. Even though sublimation printing is cool, it still has the same annoying things that regular printers have. It's like we've progressed so far in technology, and yet
You have to know how to try. I'm not a good troubleshooter, so.
Do you have to turn it on?
it's on.
Oh.
Or it should be. Come on. It says it's ready. You're gonna open it using that lever? Nope. The cup. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
You get to be the guinea pig.
And this one, it's a water bottle. The timer's not set on the heat press, so somebody's got to grab their phone out, and we're gonna do like 2 minutes.
Just count 1, 2, 3.
Here we go.
Two Mississippi. You just stand Mississippi. We're Mississippi. 55.
So another thing to know about this, you saw that it was backwards, right? Because we're putting it on with the image down. So in order for it to be the right way, we have to mirror it. Yep.
So isn't that just a print
that?
setting?
Did you have to change that when you printed it? You had to say that?
It defaults as that. So when I press print here, it defaults with mirror. I don't know on what, I guess if it doesn't matter, you don't have to, like if the image is symmetrical or whatever, you don't have to mirror it. But
Right. Right.
Most times you do.
And there's words.
All right. And you'll notice this is a little bit of a different color. It changes when you put it in the press.
Perfect. Thank you. We cleaned up all the scissors.
Oh. There are scissors in this box.
Pretty. Do you need a border?
You can put a border if you want, if you like, if you feel a little bit comfortable with that, more comfortable with that. Because there's not ink there, nothing will transfer over. So you can give yourself as much room as you want. But if you're like, I'm not good at cutting things, so I like to do a little border to make sure that I'm cutting. It doesn't matter if I cut straight. But
And it won't what you said if it's not printed, it won't transfer.
yeah, if there's no ink in it, there will be nothing to be absorbed. Tanya? Is there a Tanya in here? Oh, never mind.
I did it twice because I wasn't sure.
Gotcha. Okay, sweet.
You don't have to print it twice.
All right. Is there someone with the initials AM whose account was just AM?
Thank you.
Okay.
And does it need to be all the way around?
Just so that it stays in place. So it doesn't have to be all the way around. You could just put.
Two little pieces.
Uh-huh.
Does it have to be this whole tape?
So this tape is special because it's resistant to heat and it won't leave any like sticky residue, and it won't also burn. So that's always plus. This is yours? These are cute. Download transparent background. Oops. That's cool.
I could just do like the two sides, maybe. Like those two sides are probably better. Okay. Because then those are the parts that come up. That side. Yep, and that side.
Did it turn out okay?
Do you want to see?
Yes. Oh my gosh, that looks so good. Those colors transferred well.